So, your
Welcome.
first album and my first album
Mm-hmm.
are 35 years apart.
Yeah, well, that's wild.
I wanna worship you before the hope expires.
In limerence,
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that phrase before, but of course I went off and Googled it. And I love that. I love the theme of it. I love...
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I hadn't heard of this word for, up until very recently. Limerence to me is an obsessive attraction to the idea of someone, to the kind of perfect version that you've projected onto them. So it's almost got nothing to do with the person. There might be some parts to do with them, but you've kind of filled an absence in your heart with this perfect solution that could never be possible. And I think my whole life I've done that over and over again, kind of escaping into this fantasy. It was really nice to know, like, oh, well, there's other people that feel this, and it's got a name. Someone's given it a name. What a treat.
Hearing you talk like this is just beautiful. Just hearing someone find a thread that perhaps people don't understand themselves, don't ever tend to look. So your music will give people an answer. I'm quite sure it will. And I don't know about you, but I have written songs, I don't know where they've come from. It's just like a magical process that's sort of happened.
Yeah, and I think connecting with flow, creative flow, is the closest I feel to like that childhood feeling of magic, like that feeling of like, oh, it is real.
I've had some very strange and magical things happen to me through my music. And
Really?
Careful with me, careful with my heart. World keeps
one of my best known songs is called Careful, and it was recorded with voice and 12 strings. When we tried to record it before, it was like the full band, and I hated it. And I've always loved strings, so we ended up with a string arrangement. And I've just always loved it as a simple song. And then my mum was dying of ovarian cancer. And this song, which was, I didn't feel affection towards it or great, more importance than anything else. But when my mum was dying, I said to my brother, I want to sing to my mum. And he said, how are you going to do that? And I said, I will. So I sang Careful to her. And it was what I would call one of the most awesome moments of my life. And when I say awesome, it's not that smarmy American way, the truest sense of the word. And all those years of my mum climbing up the back stairs to listen to me when I was a teenager singing, and I'd tell her to go away. This is my gift to her. And it was just one of those moments that changed the song. So when I sing it now, I feel very emotional about it. It's just a beautiful moment, and it's something that I didn't anticipate or plan. It's just a magical moment. And I've sung it to a few people in that kind of situation now because they get something from it. And it's quite magical.
So beautiful.
Quite magical. So keep writing songs from here and not here.
Thank you for sharing that with me. And like,
music is beautiful.
That
We're
is
very,
amazing.
very lucky and blessed.
Can I ask you,
Yeah.
since it's the anniversary, what about the title of your
It's called The
record back
Same
then?
Sky. There's a song called Sweet Thing where we talk about covered by the same sky, but so separately. And if everything you need, everything you want, is everything you share, then I like to believe. God, I'm one of those people. I learn my songs and it's in here, and I have to sing the whole thing to get to the line.
Literally.
But it's covered by the same sky, but so separately.
That's
it just seemed to make
beautiful.
sense.
Now that you've had a chance to revisit your first album, what a cool thing! Like coming back and then, looking back to a version of yourself. How do you relate to that?
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's actually like an iceberg. It's like there's an album that you, in a very disorganised, chaotic way, managed to get through a record deal, rotten management, every disaster that could have happened. But to make something through that and come out the other end, but more than anything, to find that these songs mean so much to people. I meet people after shows and they literally are in tears and saying that the music, sometimes it saved their lives, which
So
might to other people seem dramatic, But it's happened so many times that I feel that it's a common thread.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's dramatic at all to say that art saves lives. I mean, you know, medicine, drugs might save the physical body, but art saves the mind and the soul, and I 100% my life has been saved by music. So yeah, what a privilege. Like if people say that now, like for us, like it's a wild feeling, because we know how that feels so intimately. It just makes me so reassured and proud and filled with hope when I meet someone that's a bit older than me that's queer and lived their life authentically as a queer person and an artist as well.
I think the hardest thing for me was having my head above the parapet. I mean, I guess I would perhaps be non-binary now, but at the time I didn't know what I was. I'm just simply a lesbian now. But at
Iconic.
the time,
You needn't be anything else, babes.
well, it's ironic that people want to give people labels. At the time, I didn't want a label. I just wanted to be myself. There was no one like me when we signed a record deal.
I felt that too. I felt that too. Yeah, it's hard when you can't see yourself reflected in anything. Yeah.
And I think the record label had no clue what to do with me and decimated me as a human being. My mental health, you know, we would go on tour and I found flyers on tables saying, "Horse, what is it, a man or a woman?" And instead of like looking after me or trying to sort of support me through this, or even, God help me, just even making use of it in a practical sense of unlocking, you know, publicity or some sort of positivity out of it. It was horrific. But what I was going to say is, like, I lived through Section 28. When I was growing up, it was illegal for men to be gay. All of these horrific things. And I felt about 4 or 5 years ago that things were, you know, things are much, much better. But as time has gone on, I actually feel quite frightened for our community.
Terrified. I'm
really
terrified
frightened.
for the first, you know, like it feels like a cycle has begun to.
But do you know what?
You know.
I stood there, I stood my ground, and I think you can as well.
Yeah.
You will be a beacon for other people. We did the Tube many years ago.
Yeah, what an iconic performance.
I think it was. It was one of the scariest things I've ever done, and I've done quite a lot of things. It was very scary. We were very under-rehearsed, scatty, not knowing what we did, but we had an opportunity. And there were millions of people watched us. But a lot of people saw that performance, and a lot of women in particular who thought, oh, gosh, that person looks like me. Oh my God, there is someone else out there.
You represent possibility and hope, like by just existing. I think that's the miracle of being a queer person and living a life as your authentic self, is albeit having a platform as an artist as well. Like someone can see you and think there's a chance for me, and that is like such a privilege.
I think we are human beings, and we give quite a lot of ourselves. I can see that in you, and I know I give a lot to my audience and people that follow me. I think it's so important, but what people don't see is the struggle to do that. And as I said, I think it's fortunate we've got an outlet for it.
Yeah.
But people will look at you and go, wow, you know, that I can be myself as well. And people who are older now, and like me, can see someone who's older. There are less and less older people visible. But I also think as well that we see lots of celebrities, influencers, etc. But in our communities, we need to see ourselves in our communities as well.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's missing.
If it can't start at home, then you don't have the foundation of which to like support upwards.
This will be a change for you, because I think you will go to lofty places. I'm almost sure you'll go to lofty places, and you will have to learn to sort of protect yourself, have a kind of a little bit of a shield, because you become a different. There's the armor of the performer, and then there's you as a person.
I used to be one of these people that waited to meet artists that I really loved after the venue every time, and I think that is a beautiful thing. But there is an interesting shift in perspective when you're on the other side of it, and I think it's just important to remember that people are human and people are knackered, and people maybe it's the hardest is when you project idea of what a person is onto them, and ultimately no one can live up to that expectation.
Well, they say you should never meet your heroes, but I met Burt Bacharach.
Oh, really?
And as a songwriter, that was a massively
Wow.
amazing thing to
Yeah.
meet someone who'd done all of that great music. And he was lovely.
Amazing.
I met Cyndi Lauper. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's
I had an
iconic.
operation in my vocal cords when we were recording the first
really?
album. It was very stressful, and I got
Jeez.
one of her albums, and I just listened to it constantly. So I met her,
So
and
she
I
got
had
you
a chat
through.
with her about her vocal warm-ups and what does she do, etc. And I had bought a program. I always buy a program, and she wrote on it her voice coach's number in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, you always have that, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I'm just going to phone your voice coach in New York and just trail over to get a wee lesson.
Cyndi gave me your number.
Yeah, Cyndi gave me your number. And we toured with BB King.
What?
Yeah, it was amazing. And Tina Turner.
Oh my God.
So to watch an artist that is at the top is just mind blowing. Watching Tina Turner was just mind blowing.
I can only imagine.
Amazing.
Yeah, that is unreal.
I want to get onto my next album quick as possible.
Yeah, I feel you too.
It feels like the time's running out or something. And I've got an idea of what I want to do this time. I'm quite scatty and we'll see what songs come up.
Yeah.
But I've got something I want to do.
That's such an exciting place to be.
Isn't it?
To be on the I'm on the chase. I'm on the chase of a thread.
It's magical. You're magical.
You're magical. we're gonna have to meet up and
I'm going to give you.
Oh, thank you very much.